Hello everyone, welcome to today's 20-minute morning yoga flow. This class will help you channel energy, focus, and peace of mind for the present moment and the day ahead. When you're ready, we'll get started in Tadasana, facing the short edge of the mat. Feet are hip-width distance apart, shoulders are rolled back and down. Finding an even distribution of weight across the feet and across both hemispheres of the body. Allow the palms to face forward. Engage the core. Find length through the crown of the head. Settling in. On your next inhale, we will slowly extend our arms overhead, interlacing the fingers together, flipping the grip so that the palms are facing skywards, broadening across the heart space, gaze up, exhale, curl and round, chin to chest, lower the arms to shoulder height. And again, lift up, finding a slight back bend. Exhale, lower down and flip the grip so that the palms are facing towards the face. A few more times. Really warming up the shoulders, the arms, the wrists, the back, the core. From here we'll cactus the arms out wide and find a similar movement. On your inhale, broaden across the heart space, gaze up, keeping the elbows at shoulder height. Exhale, curl and round, draw the forearms together, palms facing towards the chest. A few more rounds. Really grounding down through your foundation, engaging the core. Finding that mind, breath, body awareness. One more round of this cactus, cat and cow. We'll raise our arms overhead, finding a side body stretch, interlacing your fingers around the left wrist, leaning over to the right. Keeping the shoulders broad, hips are squared. Really breathing into the side body. Seeing if you can stretch a little more. Exhale back to center. Inhale, float the arms up. We'll go on the other side using the left hand to grab a hold of the right wrist, leaning over to the left. Mindful breathing, steady focus. One more breath. Exhale back to center, lower the arms down. Inhale, extend the arms overhead. Exhale, join the palms together at heart center. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, scoop the arms out wide, bend the knees. Shift the weight into the heels of the feet. You might like to come into ragdoll, allowing the belly, the chest to rest on the top of the thighs. Softening the back of the neck, you might like to nod the head yes, shake the head no several times. Easing any tension. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, extend the legs. Exhale, Uttanasana, bending the knees. Twice more, finding your own rhythm. Rounding down through the heels, we'll bend the knees and roll up one vertebra at a time, coming up into Tadasana. Inhale, extend the arms overhead, join the palms together. Exhale, lower the palms to heart center. Floating the arms down by your side, taking a moment to ground yourself in Tadasana. You might like to place your palms on the hips or join your palms together at heart center. We're going to ground down through the right leg as we flex our left knee, raising it to hip height, hinging the hips and the torso forward as we shift that left leg back, coming into a high crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, staying high on the ball of that back foot, squaring the hips, engaging the inner thighs, lifting up and out of the pelvic bowl, keeping that front knee, the right knee in line with the ankle, maybe gazing up. You might like to join the palms together in Kali Mudra, maybe finding a slight back bend in the mid to upper region. From here, we'll take a revolved twist, rotating the torso to the right. Arms are extended out wide at shoulder height. Fingertips are spread wide like rays of sunshine. Maybe gazing back behind that right shoulder. And for a deeper variation, we'll lower our right arm down on the back of that left leg, extending the left arm overhead, maybe finding a mudra. Feeling a lovely stretch along the psoas, the hip flexors of the left leg. One breath, and we'll return to crescent lunge. Join the palms together at heart center and step up to the top of the mat. Gently lowering the left foot down with control. And we'll take this on the other side. Inhale, float the right leg up. Hinge the torso forward, mindfully guide the right leg behind you, stepping back into high lunge, taking any modifications. There's always the option to lower your back knee onto the mat, finding any adjustments that help you foster a state of focus and acceptance for where you're at today, recognizing that each day is different. Each day affords us new opportunities to grow, learn, and connect. One more breath in crescent lunge, and either staying here or we'll come into a revolved variation, twisting the torso to the left, palms out wide, gazing behind that back shoulder. Keeping the legs engaged, staying strong. For a deeper variation, we'll come into our peaceful lunge variation, lowering the left arm down on the back of that right leg, extending the right arm overhead, stretching deep into the right side body. One breath here. Mindfully raise both arms, return to crescent lunge, join the palms together, and with control step up to the top of the mat, gently lowering the right foot down. Afford yourself a moment to reconnect with the breath, palms facing forwards. Inhale, float the arms up overhead, join the palms together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And again, Ardha Uttanasana. Uttanasana. Once more. From here, we'll plant our palms down, stepping back with both feet, coming into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Shifting the hips up, maybe extending the legs or bending the knees, it's up to you. Finding length along the back body. Fingertips are spread wide, grounding down through the palms, the knuckles, the fingers, with particular emphasis on the index and the thumbs. Drawing the navel towards the spine. One more gradual breath. Grounding down through the left leg. On your next inhale, we'll float the right leg up, coming into three-legged dog, Ikapararo Mukha Svanasana. Externally rotate the hip, flex the knee, drawing the heel to the glutes. Shoulders stay squared. Re-extend the leg, and we'll shift our weight forward as we place the right foot on the outer edge of that right hand, coming into our lizard lunge, lowering the back knee down. Maybe tenting up onto the fingertips. You might like to have the back toes tucked or keep them pointed. Perhaps lowering down onto the forearms if it's in your practice. And you might find a deeper hip stretch if you roll onto the blade edge, the lateral edge of that right foot, allowing your knee to splay open. Maybe using your palm to press into the inner thigh, finding a deep stretch. Being mindful to ensure that your right big toe and your right knee are facing in the same direction. If you are down on your forearms, we'll make our way back up onto our arms, step back into downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Getting ready to go on the other side, grounding down through the right leg. Inhale, we'll float the left leg up, externally rotate the hip, 3-legged dog, flexing the knee, Finding a lovely stretch along that left side body. Re-extend the leg and we'll shift our weight forward as we come into lizard lunge on the other side. You can stay upright if you want for a more intense variation, or you might like to lower the knee down, it's up to you. Finding whatever variation suits you today. Settling in. Breathing through any discomfort. One more breath, and mindfully guiding ourselves back to downward facing dog. Really stretch it out. From here we're going to transition into pigeon pose, Kapotasana. Inhale, float the right leg up. Shifting the weight forwards as we guide the lateral edge of the right ankle towards the left wrist. Right knee is in line with the right wrist. Squaring the hips. You might like to keep the back toes tucked or point the toes to the back of the mat. And either staying upright or coming into a fold. Lowering down onto the forearms. You might like to rest the forehead on the palms. We'll be in this posture for about 10 breaths. So really allowing yourself to get comfortable, to surrender, letting go. One more breath. And when you're ready, guiding yourself to an upright position, we'll tuck the back toes under, re-extend that right leg coming into downward dog. And we'll take this stretch on the other side. Floating the left leg up, shifting the weight forwards as we guide our left knee to the outer edge of that left wrist. The left ankle is in line with the right wrist. Taking a moment to settle in. Broaden across the collarbones. Exhale any tension that might be stagnating in the heart space. 2 breaths here. And then we'll gently begin to find a forward fold if that's in your practice. If you notice the mind beginning to wander, simply guiding yourself to the breath, to this moment, mindfully observing any sensations that might be arising. And gently guiding yourself upright. If you were down on your forearms, tucking the right toes under as we push up into downward facing dog, stretching it out, maybe pedaling out the legs once or twice, finding any movement that feels good for you in this moment. Softening the muscles of the face, relaxing the jaw, and we'll gently lower the knees down onto the mat, pointing the toes, sinking the hips back towards the heels, extending the arms out in front as we lower down into Baie-Saint-Paul, child's pose. You might like to flex the elbows, join the palms together, fingertips facing skywards for a deeper tricep stretch. One more breath in child's pose. We'll work our way upright to a seated position, extending both legs out in front, coming into Dandasana, staff pose. We are going to take double pigeon, which is quite a deep hip stretch. So if you'd prefer to just cross your legs a regular way, that's totally fine. Otherwise, we're going to place our right shin on top of our left shin, keeping both feet flexed, both sits bones grounded, and either staying upright or we'll hinge from the hips, folding forward, finding a straight back, maybe lowering down onto the forearms, maybe resting your forehead on the mat. This is a great way to get deep into the glutes, the outer hips, finding stillness. One more breath, and guiding yourself upright to a seated position, we'll uncross the legs and take double pigeon on the left hand side and finding your variation, maybe staying upright, maybe finding a fold. And beginning to release. Well done. Come into a comfortable seated position of your choice. You might like to come onto your shins, resting your sits bones on the heels. Roll the shoulders back. Allow the palms to rest in the lap. Close the eyes. Afford yourself a moment to acknowledge your efforts for showing up today. On your next inhale, we'll extend the arms overhead, finding length through the torso. Exhale, lower the palms to heart center. We'll take 3 cleansing breaths to close practice. Gradual inhalations through the nostrils and exhaling through the mouth. Thank you all so much for joining this class today. Namaste.